You know, there is one release that I'm very excited for, and I knew you would be excited for as well. And it is the fact that Yellowjackets Season 3 is going to be released February 2025. They did recently finish filming Season 3, so I am very, very excited to see, like, what's going to happen because Yellow Jackets, we reviewed it on the podcast,
You
previously.
did.
That was the episode that you did previously. And I feel like they put season 1 on Netflix, which is really great. And season 2, I remember like just losing my mind over it. So season 3,
There was no break. After the third
ooh,
episode, there was no break.
mm-hmm,
Every single moment, you're just like, it can't go bigger. It was
yeah,
like, oh, not only am I going to go bigger, you're going to forget the thing that made your eyebrows fall off last
yes,
episode. Like,
yes,
yeah,
exactly
I'm
that.
excited to see where they take it. I'm also excited to see what is Hilary Swank is the person they've confirmed to be in this new one. Like
I
she's
think
going to be
so.
another person they run into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's so unique in not only showing like feminine rage from a female perspective, but like actually showing how complicated female connection is and how worthwhile it is because it's literally what you need to survive. Like it's literally the only thing that you have in this place. And if you don't know how to actually be a part of something versus telling people where to go, like, girl, that's not a skill here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't work here. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Then the magical realism aspect of it, like what's going on in the woods? What's going on? Why is my girl waking up in the middle of the night finding altars that she's never seen before?
mm,
Okay, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Honestly, I'm very curious to figure out what happened to their coach because when they go to the present or the like whatever the present is with their adult selves, the coach
Mm-hmm.
is not around. Like you don't see him, they don't mention him, they don't talk about him. So I'm very curious to see because like that's been a mystery since season 1.
One,
When
yeah,
they did the flashback to like when they're older, like you could kind of tell who's around, who's still friends, and like who they talk about and who they don't talk about. And
correct.
I love shows like that. I love shows that are a mystery and there are mysteries upon mysteries upon mysteries and you have so many questions that need to be answered. And I love picking up on the little Easter eggs of like what's going on, what's happening. And I'm excited because I know Hilary Swank is joining. I know also Joel McHale is going to be joining the cast as well. So I am interested to see how they're going to continue to like explore loss, remorse, survival, friendship, like how all of that is going to come into play in season 3. I can't. I wish I could watch it right now. I wish I could watch it right
They
now.
sent us, if they sent us a little teaser, I would
Yes.
happily be like, I can't come in. I've got important work to do. I would happily drop everything that I have going on. What? Also, I think that it really has the potential, just like you're saying, like there's mystery on mystery, but they can really go so far with it. Like there's so much time between when we first get introduced to the first group of characters to their like older selves. Like there's like at least 30 years plus everything that happened while they were away. Like, what about when they came back? Like, I'm even interested in that. Like, I want to know, like, how do you reacclimate? Like, after
Mm.
you've been gutting animals and surviving off hugs and hope, like having a baby in the middle of the woods, like,
Yeah.
girl, how are you here with us?
Right.
Like, yeah,
I am also curious about the baby because she ain't got no kids. Wait.
she
Wait,
no,
she
she
does
did.
have
She
a
has
she
a
has a
daughter,
daughter. I'm curious to
but
see if
remember it was a
that's
boy.
mhm. Yeah.
I'm scared of either. But let me tell you something else. I
Oh my
think the
god.
coach is living inside that tree where Javi was hiding. Remember before
Mhm.
they went on a hunt, Javi had been hiding out, and they were like, "Where you been at?" I think that the forest hides people away just so that it has a little more excitement to spice back in. Like, he literally came at the perfect time to save that girl's life.
Yeah.
I just can't. There's so much. Even that time, like, I would love to flash back and see what that was like for him. Like,
I hope that we do get to meet the coach, or we figure out what happened with the coach, because there is something so interesting about how the forest works. And you have to think about, like, is this magic realism? Is this something supernatural? Or is it because they've been away from civilization so long and there are no real rules, there are no real boundaries, there's no real restrictions? There's nothing that telling them that, like, there's no, like, person in charge really telling them what they can and can't do. And when they finally divest from the direction of the coach and they only rely upon themselves, because what's he doing? Nothing.
Because he's literally not doing anything but barking orders. We already X Jackie out for that.
Yeah.
Actually, be happy that you're still here. Right. Like, I also feel like, where does starvation fit into this? Like, even the stuff with Lottie, like, obviously she was on some kind of suppressant beforehand, but she was right a couple of times. Or is this a shared psychosis? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's so many directions they can go. I'm open.
Yes, I feel the same way, and I'm very, very excited and also incredibly nervous for season 3. I can't imagine what it's like for Ella Purnell to, like, or, like, even, like, any, like, Jasmine Brown, like, to be filming everything and know what happens, and then you have to just wait for everyone else to go watch it, and you're just like, you're just sitting on it.
Knowing that everybody wants to know, like, what?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Even that release date, that did everything for me, because I was like, I know it's 2025. I can't wait no longer.
We only have a couple months until we get to watch it, and I'm on the edge of my seat for this release. I can't wait, because so many shows with, like, a strong female ensemble cast end up getting canceled a lot of times. Like, I waited so long for, it was the baseball show on Amazon with Abby Jacobson. She was in it. And then the girl from The Good Place. A League of Their Own. I
don't think I ever watched that.
I highly recommend it because it's actually very, very good. And the first season was so great. Like, even when they announced the show, I was so excited. And when Abby Jacobson was, like, attached to it, I was, like, losing my mind because I love Broad City. And I do love Broad City. Yes. And I was just, like, astounded that this was getting made. And then when they announced that, like, season 2 is going to be 4 episodes for, like, 2 hours each episode, I was upset, but I was kind of like, I will take what I could get. And then, during the WGA strikes, they canceled season 2. As in, it's not happening at all. And it's very disappointing when these kind of things happen. Yes, and it was just, like, done. And it's so upsetting, which is why I'm so happy that Yellowjackets is still, you know, happening, and it's been renewed, and it's so popular, and people love it, because so many other shows, they don't get a chance to, like, continue their story. They don't get a chance to expand on their characters. They don't get, like, a lot of lifeblood, or, like, they don't get a lot of life force from their platforms that house these shows, because they rather greenlight The Boys. They rather greenlight whatever.
Please don't get me on my soapbox about that program or Invincible, because when,
like, any show,
don't get me on my soapbox.
The Boys or any Jack Reacher, CBI, like FBI-esque show where one man has to take down, like, the Pentagon or something like that. Like, I just saw Eddie Redmayne is in the show called Jackal on Peacock, and I'm like, how many times are we going to make the same show? How many times are we going to make the same show? That,
and I was like, I don't think I'm not the target audience. I'm just not the target audience. Yeah. I won't say that it's bad or good. I'm just not the target. But highly recommend Sweet Pea on Stars. Because that is
listen.
I knew you watched that.
That's been on my timeline on TikTok all the time. Like, I get ads for it all the time. And I know that, like, Monica, we know you love Ella Purnell. We know you liked Fallout. Like, girl, there's something else for you. And I want to watch it. I have to watch it. It's on my list.
It's jarring. I think that it's, like, sharp and jarring. Like, and just when you think you can predict it, it's like, oh no, they did actual like research on what a serial killer, like how a serial killer becomes a serial killer. Because like certain moments you're kind of like, okay. And then she's like, and it's like, girl, you just, okay. You know what I mean? Like there's just certain moments where it's just like, this doesn't make any sense. And it's like, oh, because she's in a spree. Like she's not thinking clearly. She's just vibing.
Okay.
It's great though.
I like that about certain TV shows, because if you're making a show where your character is kind of like unhinged a little bit, you have to have some kind of like groundwork to like make some strong framing for your character. That way you're not just writing in whatever it is you want to write in the show. But if you have something that is like, yeah, but you have something that you can tie it back to, and people could kind of see like the reasoning behind like certain things happening in the show. It shows that the creators really took their time to craft the story and craft this character, and you didn't just take Star's money, or like, what platform is it on?
Yeah, Stars. You're right.
You didn't just take Star's money and just go and make whatever show you wanted. Yeah.
No, they were writing. I think the writing is great, and there is like a predictability about it, but then there's not, which makes you just want to keep watching. But it also, I'm getting to a place where I have like really bad secondhand embarrassment. Yeah. And like it's getting to a place where it's just like, girl, no, like, oh no.
Like, girl, get it together.
Don't do it. But it's so good because it's so messy. And it's like, it's properly good. Like, yeah.
I love that. We love to see it. So, guys, Alma and I are very excited for Yellowjackets, which is coming out in 2025. And, we hope that you'll be watching as well.